So, like many, I would imagine, today at a little bit of a loss for what's going on in the world. Uh, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I try to remember that uh, every time this holiday rolls. Excuse me. Every time this holiday um, comes in January. Uh, one of the greatest Americans ever, one of the greatest human beings ever. It makes me also think of Jimmy Carter. Um, Somebody that I deeply, deeply, deeply admire. And I guess I'm just thinking of historical and political figures who I think did great things and are great people. Um, if if you haven't seen David Chappelle's monologue on Saturday Night Live this past weekend when he talks about Jimmy Carter, it is, I think I watched it 20 times, like 10 in a row. And if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a little highlight. He was talking about a time, I think it was after he quit his show, and I don't know David Chappelle all that well. Don't know his show, the show that he had. I've seen a few of his stand-ups. Seems like a pretty funny guy, but I just never have really gotten into him. But he talks about when he went to the Middle East. And if you've already heard this, just fast forward a minute or so, or just cancel out. I'm going to get to music in a second. But he talks about the Middle East. He was in the Middle East, and Jimmy Carter had just written a book called Palestine. I think it was called Palestine, Peace, Not Apartheid. And Jimmy Carter went to Israel and said that he wanted, this is according to what David Chappelle shared. I don't know this story. Probably should, but don't. And Jimmy Carter said that he wanted to visit the Palestinian people. And the Israeli government said that we can't protect you. It's a very dangerous place. And Jimmy Carter went anyway, apparently with very little security. Chappelle said there were thousands of Palestinians sort of cheering, and Chappelle had this great line at the end. He said, "I know there's debate over his presidency," and Chappelle said, "I'm not one to give his opinions as it relates to his presidency." He said, "Some say he was good, some say he wasn't, but he said there's one thing that I'm certain of, and I saw it in that moment, and that is that he is a great man." And I just hope this country, this world can continue to remember folks like him, because they are out there, past and present. And I'm going to lean into that as much as I can the next 4 years. I don't even know what leaning into that means. I am a news junkie, or I was, and I used to be, and I still sort of am, a political junkie. I worked on John Kerry's campaign in 2004. I actually left my job to spend a year on that campaign in New York. It was it was a low, no, I wouldn't say low level, but it was an unpaid. I sort of oversaw the Brooklyn street team. I remember we would meet on mornings and hand out flyers. And I think it was pretty clear Kerry was going to win New York, but it was an incredible experience. I worked on the campaign for maybe 8-9 months. I remember when he won the primaries, we were all in a bar, and it was just an amazing experience. I never got to meet him. I did. This is funny. He was speaking in Queens, and I went to the event to help set it up, and Kerry was like a couple hours before. I had to get there like 6 hours earlier. I think he spoke at like noon or something. I had to get there at like 6 a.m. And I remember like 2 hours before, like an hour before, one of his like main people there ran up to me And he said, "You're Chris, right?" I think he remembered my name. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "Can you run to a Big and Tall store and get," it was like an XL undershirt. And I was like, "Where?" I'm like, I live in Brooklyn. I don't know places around here. And he's like, "Just run out, just try to find anything." Like, because apparently Kerry needed an undershirt. So, and I kept the receipt at the time because I thought he might be, a lot of us thought he almost was president, just missed it by a couple states or one state. I don't even remember. It was very close, despite the fact that Bush did win the popular vote in 2004. But I always just remember I got John Kerry a t-shirt, and I thought I just got a t-shirt for the gentleman who very well may be president. So I'm going to get into the point of this, but I'm sure this is weighing on a lot of people today, just what's happening right now and what's going to happen. I also volunteered for Obama's campaign in 2008. When was this? 2004, I almost went back to school for public policy. Because when Bush was president, I just I was a huge Al Gore supporter. So when he lost, one, it was heartbreaking to me as it was to many. And with everything happening in LA and Asheville, North Carolina, man, we screwed up not putting Al Gore in the White House. And as you guys probably say, I don't like to talk politics here. This is this is about music and stories, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. But I'm trying to focus on my local community, doing good here, putting money into my community, where I spend money more locally. I'm really trying to curb my spending on big tech and my involvement in social media. I canceled my Twitter account not right when Musk took over, but when he did a few things, and I was like, I just can't be a part of this anymore. Don't have a Facebook account anymore. I think it might still be active, but I haven't used it in months and months, and I don't plan on going back. People are jumping to Blue Sky. I mean, I love social media for news and learning about the things that I love. Music, movies, books, some travel, architecture, photography, history. I mean, it's good for that. And Threads, Facebook's latest ripoff app, I actually liked it until I can't do that anymore. So I'm on Blue Sky. I don't know. I mean, I worked in this space, and most of these companies just get gobbled up by the monstrosities. I hope Blue Sky doesn't. I'm trying to invest time there. It takes a while, right? They don't have the resources that Meta has. So I'll put a link to my Blue Sky. I'm also going to start spending more time writing on my Substack. I've got like a few subscribers. I'll put links to both those down here in the event that you're interested in my other ramblings outside of music, which you're now 8-9 minutes into hearing. So that's it for that. I'm going to leave that alone. The last thing I'll say is today I did all the things that I should be doing, especially as I'm getting older. I went for a run first thing in the morning. Then I went for a 2-hour or hour and a half walk. Let's just listen to music. After this, I'm going to read a little bit. Probably going to watch a little bit of the College Football National Championship. But I don't know. Is anybody else, like even sports, just given I don't know, like with the Dodgers and stuff, is it sort of losing its luster? I know we go through phases, and I'm a big sports fan. I don't think I'm as big as I used to be. Just watch the Knicks. I watch almost every New York Knicks game. Love them. But there's probably a little dent even there. Baseball, I'm a Yankees fan. Football, Steelers fan. So we're We have great history, but haven't been great lately. 10 minutes in, we're going to stop talking about that. But I'm trying to focus for the eighth time, the last thing I'll say on this is trying to focus on the people in my life that matter to me. You know, going up and visiting Mazzy and the archivist and Todd, really, I think about it a lot and how I need to do more of that in the coming years. See people that I love, and see family. I have a lot of plans for this year and the coming years, just in terms of really immersing myself in the things that actually, make my life better. That's why I listen to music so much. Music gives me a feeling and emotions that I can't get anywhere else. There's just nothing like it. But you get the same but different feelings. What? I am rambling. You know, when you're around family, friends, if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend. And so I'm going to spend my time trying to improve my health, which is a big thing. I'm off to a good start in January. I meditate every day. Like many, I haven't been sleeping well lately, which just, how is anybody sleeping well lately? And I just want to, I don't know. I want things to be better for so many people. I'm going to leave it at that. 10 records that I initially either didn't like or was just kind of like, these are okay, that have now become some, not all-time favorite, but I think they're very 8.5 out of 10 and above. And this is probably the one that I most cite. My friends have heard me talk about it. Jay Farrar's Sebastopol. So this was his first solo record after we thought Son Volt was breaking up for good. And this came out, this is a reissue, came out in 2016. I gotta put this in a plastic. This is a nice record. 2016, I think it came out 2001 or 2002 originally. After the three tremendous Son Volt records with the Boquist brothers and Mike Heidorn. And I remember when this came out, friends of mine, we were all sort of mixed. It's definitely a different sound for Jay Farrar. But it has become definitely one of my favorite Jay Farrar related records. And I remember just not liking it when it came out. But now I listen to it. Feel Free, Voodoo Candle, Barstow, Damn Shame, Dead Promises, Make It All Right, Different Eyes, Outside the Door, Vitamins. This is a tremendous record. And then he had an EP, which is on this, which was added to this reissue, with 5 phenomenal songs. Greenwich Time, Damn Shame, which is a remix of the one on the record, Station to Station, Kind of Madness, and Dues. Listen to this record. Especially listen to that EP. Those are some of the best songs. It's called Third Shift Grotto Slack. One word. Jay Farrar's Sebastopol. Tremendous record. I drove up to Sebastopol right when I moved out here just to see what it was like. It's a cool town. Northern California, north of San Francisco, I think. I went there many, many years ago, 15 years ago. Jason Isbell's Weather Vanes. My buddy Jeff will be excited about this, and he should get credit, because when it first came out, I was like, finally a Jason Isbell record that I'm not crazy about. Now I love it. No surprise. I'm going to put it on today. King of Oklahoma, I think, is tremendous. Middle of the Morning, Cast Iron Skillet, When We Were Close, about Justin Townes Earl, Vestavia Hills, White Beretta, Miles. This is a great record. A great, great record. And this is number 141 out of, I don't know. I guess this is also one of, or some sort of, I don't know, special copy. The Tweedy record. Jeff Tweedy's record with his son Spencer. Another record I wasn't crazy about when it came out. There's a younger Jeff Tweedy. I think my friend Paula took this picture. I'm almost positive she did. Let me see if there's a photos. No. Maybe the credits are here. Hey, Paula. Paula, you definitely watch my videos. You definitely don't watch my videos, but if you do, you can let us know if that photo's you. This Suki Ray, which is titled after his wife, Sue Miller, the former co-owner of the Great Chicago venue Lounge Acts. This is a record, it comes on sort of my mixes or my streaming services a lot of late. Flowering, Honeycombed, Fake Fur Coat, that's a great song. High as Hello, Low Key, Nobody Dies Anymore. I've grown to love this record. So what this video is all about, now that I've gotten past the first 10 minutes, is giving records time. Next would be Kid A, Radiohead. Not a huge Radiohead fan. I like Radiohead. They're all right. Do I think they're one of the greatest bands of all time? Maybe, but they're just not totally my sound. But this record I love. I like OK Computer, but as I've shared here, it's very tied to 9/11 for me. So it's the song Let Down is the first song I listened to after 9/11. I think I've shared that I was in Manhattan. I was actually under the World Trade Center when the first building collapsed. I was on the F train. I don't know if it was the exact minute. But that's for another video. Maybe it might be a Substack. I don't know. I am feeling energized in terms of creativity, so maybe I've always said one day I'll write about my experience on that day, but it always just feels too raw. I don't know. But 4 or 5 days after 9/11, I remember I was on the subway, and this is right before I had an iPod, so I didn't have a digital, and I had a Discman, and I remember I had a mix CD in the Discman, and I pressed play, and the first song that played was Let Down by Radiohead. And now every time I see that, I get I wouldn't say I still get choked up every time. I used to. But I gotta be in the right moment to listen to that song. It's sort of like when I go to New York and listen to Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, since that record has a lot of connections, despite the fact that it was done before 9/11, just eerie connections in the lyrics and such. But I've grown to really like Kid A. Springsteen's Wrecking Ball. Been listening to this a lot lately. When it came out, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good, 2012. But it really holds up, if you ask me. Not sure I'm crazy about that font, but Easy Money, Shackled and Drawn, Jack of All Trades, Death to My Hometown, This Depression, Wrecking Ball, they're all Land of Hopes and Dreams, We're Alive. This record's awesome. One of Bruce's, post-2000, maybe my favorite? Do I like it more than The Rising? Magic, I almost grabbed Magic because that's moving up the list. This is a big one for me. Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, or is this one just Gillian Welch? This one's just Gillian Welch, but Rawlings plays on it, I'm pretty sure. The Harrow and the Harvest. Came out in 2011, I believe. And it's probably my favorite Gillian Welch record, which I imagine her latest is gonna do the same, right? Because I like that one, but it's not near the top of my Gillian Welch favorites list. Although every record she puts out is incredible. I'm gonna see her in March in Monterey. I cannot wait. She's an all-time great. She is an all-time great. This one I'm not even fully into yet, but I keep trying. I keep going back to it. I know a lot of hardcore REM fans love this record. I've heard some people say they think it's their best record. New Adventures in Hi-Fi. I stopped buying I stopped buying REM records on CD after, I think, Monster, which is 94. So I fell off the REM train, but I've recently gone out and bought all of their records, latter years. New Adventures in Hi-Fi, Up, Around the Sun, and it's been fun to go back to those because I love REM so much. It's one of my favorite bands, and I'm discovering a whole period that I don't really know all that well. Two more. This one, I liked it when it came out, but my brother Lane loved this record. Loved it. And this record is tied to one of the best concert memories of my life when I saw the Jayhawks in Columbia, South Carolina. It's Columbia, right? Not Columbus? Columbia. At a place called the Elbow Room with Lane and my brother John. And I think my girlfriend Sheila at the time, I think. And then we went to Wave Fest, which is right there, which was a music festival in 1997. Tickets, $10. David Byrne, Son Volt, Wilco, Blue Mountain, the Jayhawks, Ben Folds 5, and a bunch of other bands, and that is signed by only Son Volt and Wilco. So it's sort of Uncle Tupelo. And I think I've made this reference, maybe I'll show this one time. You can't see it here, and I'm not going to pick the phone up, but I'll show it next time or someday. Jeff Tweedy signs his name and draws an arrow to Jay Farrar and writes, "Who?" Question mark. It's a little dig at Farrar. It's funny. It was being playful. Yeah. Sound of Lies, love that record. And speaking of Jeff Tweedy, I've been talking about this record a ton lately. Wilco's Cruel Country came out in 2022, double album, and we always have those arguments. If it was a single album, it would be near perfect. Well, I do think that's true here. I do think this was made to be a double album. And I posted somewhere that I think this might be my favorite record of theirs since Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. And somebody replied and said, it might be my favorite record of theirs, including Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. And I listened to it again yesterday, and I was like, this and Ode to Joy, more so this, but this is a great record. I Am My Mother, the opening track, is one of Jeff Tweedy's best songs. A remarkable record, and I'm gonna see them in the Carolinas, I think, with Waxahachie. That's the plan. Wilco, it's really nice artwork. Cruel Country, if you don't know this, revisit it. That did not make sense. If you haven't listened to it in a while, revisit it. If you don't know it, you should check it out. There we go. I was just about to say sorry for the diatribe at the beginning, but I'm not. This is a weird day for everyone. So I hope you're all doing well. You're going to see more videos. I will link my Substack and Blue Sky. You're willing to follow me there, or if you're interested in following me on either or subscribing to my Substack. I've only posted a few articles in the past few years, or a few essays. A couple are from a memoir that I've been working on for 408 years. And I'm also thinking about a new memoir. I'm not going to tell you the topic yet, but it might be something that I might start working on. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all doing well on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I will talk to you soon. Take care.